Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Friday Craft Day. Well, today is going to be January cards. I made 2 resolutions this year. Well, I don't like to call them resolutions because resolutions just usually fail by the end of January 2nd. So I'm just going to call them goals. And so they're things to strive for, and they don't have to all be done perfectly all the time. But one of my goals for the year was to improve my recycling. I am a bad recycler. Most of my cans and whatever would go right into my rubbish. Shame on me. And it's just that I didn't have any place dedicated to put them in. It was just too much of a problem, okay? Why, I don't know. But anyway, so what I have done is I have roll-out shelves on my bottom cabinets. So under the sink I've put a smaller wastebasket that fits, and it's difficult because of pipes and stuff, and that is strictly recycle. And let me tell you, I am impressed with myself. I wash out the cans, put them in, the brownie box goes in the barrel. It's perfect. It's just perfect. And then once a day, we take it down and put it in our recycle bin. And I'm telling you, 2 things have happened. 1, I'm getting much better at recycling. And 2, my rubbish is only about a half to 3/4 of what it used to be because it's not full of all the recycling. So that's goal number 1. And goal number 2 was, or is, to get better at sending cards. Now, I made cards for years, and so sending them out, it shouldn't be an issue. But you know, folks, we made Christmas cards. I didn't even send Christmas cards. I think we just get too wrapped up in day to day and just don't do these things anymore. We're too into our medias and saying Merry Christmas on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And that's fine. But you know what? It's still nice to get a card, and especially nice to get a handmade card. And so I have made a goal that I am sending cards by the month this year for birthdays, anniversaries, and then I will send 1 or 2 cards that are just hello cards. You know, we don't get a chance to see each other. Some of us are not privileged enough to have that kind of media that you can FaceTime and that kind of thing, and so you miss each other. So snap a picture, put it inside a card, and send it off. So that's my second goal. Now, not that I don't have many other goals I should be working on, but those are the 2 that I'm going to focus on right now. So today we're going to do January cards. And once a month we will do a card day, and we will do the cards for that month. I really only have 1 birthday this month, and then I will send out a couple of hello cards. My sister-in-law isn't feeling too well. I'll send her a card. And I'll send my sister a card because she's still in the rehab. And so that will take care of those 2 cards. So I'm going to take you down to the desk and show you a little something, a couple of cuties, and then we'll get busy making the January cards. We're going to make 3 cards today. Won't take us too long at all. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, now to help me with my card schedule, I have this little calendar that I picked up at Dollar Tree. And it's just a little, it will stand up on the desk, but I think it just takes up too much room. And personally, I think it keeps falling over. I'm going to try to move you up just a little bit more. There we go. But I have the calendar with the birthdays and anniversaries listed every month. And then I have this falling over calendar card book. Now this card book is something that I made, and I've made many cards book, and these are great because inside I have the month, And this is a perpetual calendar because it doesn't have the days of the week. And I put them in pencil. Unfortunately, at my age, that's a better thing to do. And so when I get cards for the month, they fit right in this slot. And then I can just take them out, look to see who I'm going to address it to. In fact, they're usually addressed, and send them off. This is a great little reminder. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Do you remember or have kids who have sent you cards? Don't tell me that cards don't mean things. These cards are from my two boys. This was one of them. And this one had Merry Christmas. This one is a flower made out of a cupcake liner. Happy Mother's Day, and signed by Mike. This one said Happy Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Now, I get a big kick out of this. Do you still remember all the years you took care of me, but now it's my turn to do something for you? Now, I mean, he probably was about 5 at the time. Your son, Michael Shepard. And inside here were little chits. Little chits for like, I will make my bed, I will take out the rub trash, and so on and so forth. And this is another little card. And it says, this came from Sunday school. It said, I am glad God made you, the Y is backwards, my mummy. Is that nice? And a couple more. I love you, Mom, Mike. And well, Scott does have some in there. Unfortunately, this one is from Scott and Mike. And this one this is from Scott, and I get a biggest kick out of this card. And now his flower was cut from a piece of, looks like maybe shelf liner. And it says, Happy Mother's Day, love, and then down here it says SCO, and they were so big he didn't have enough room, so he put TT on the back. Now, this Scott is 55 years old this year, and Michael is 54 years old this year. I think 55, 54, 56, 55. Anyway, these are old cards, but they do have a good meaning. So I'm going to get busy now and make us some cards that we can send out. And I don't expect that they'll be saved for 50-odd years, but they will have a good chance of giving somebody some enjoyment. Right back. Okay, let's start. I'm going to make 3 cards today. Now, all of these cards are using some papers that I got in a Close to Your Heart paper kit. I'm not really following the examples in the kit, but I had this kit for months, and truthfully, I'm not big on buying kits. I think they're very expensive for the most part. They are nice in that if you're not familiar with a lot of card making, they do come with a lot of good instructions and exactly how to put the different pieces together. And let me show you that this is a book that comes with the kit that I am using today, and I'm not using, like I said, but inside it tells you how to cut each piece of paper for whichever card you're making. Okay, but once you've done a few cards, it's easy to just figure out what to do with some of these papers on your own and make some nice cards. So I'm going to start first with what's called a landscape card. And that landscape card means that it's going to go this way. This is landscape. This is portrait. Okay? And I have this quilt paper, which is the main design in this particular card kit. And I've cut it to the exact size of the front of the card. So let's just get that adhered down. And you'll see these are very simple cards. Well, I'm just wondering if this, there we go. I think the other one might have been just about out. So, let's get this right down. And like I said, I only have really one birthday for the month of January. But I am going to plan to send out a couple of cards that are just hello cards. Alright, so I have this on. And now I'm going to make a little piece of contrasting paper here and my stamped image, which is a butterfly or butterflies. And I have a whole box full of these butterfly stamps. And I think it's really pretty, and I've done it in a, this is actually called Fireberry. But it's kind of a red that kind of goes with the red in the quilt pattern. Now, I'll give you a hint. If you're going to use a stamp, you really want to stamp your image before you get your pieces of paper put together, because sometimes it doesn't stamp. So now we'll go and just put this one on. And I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want to put it. And really, that's the whole front of the card. How simple was that? 3 pieces of paper and a stamp. Now I'm going to get, let's see, I think I'll get maybe this maroon here. And I'm going to make some little stitch marks around. And it just kind of gives a little bit more dimension, makes it look like maybe it's stitched on. You know, there are dies you can buy that make, that cut out a pattern that looks like it's stitched. And of course, you can actually stitch. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? Somebody will love to get that card. And inside there'll be a hello, how are you? Sorry we haven't seen you in a while. All right, let's move on to another one. This one I'm going to make is going to be portrait. And a little bit more elaborate, but not much. See what I've got for pieces here. Okay, on this one I've got a piece of plain yellow that I'm going to start with. Again, this is 5.5, 4 1/4. So my piece is 2.5 by 5.5. All right, and then I'm going to put this little piece of striped paper next to it. And then I have, I think, well, I did have some twine, and I don't know what I did with my twine. I did bring it. Oh dear. Hold on a second, I'll get it. All right, here it is here. And we're going to wrap a few pieces around the card when we get going here. So let's start with putting this yellow piece on. And I'm just using little tape runners. I have my big ATG gun right here next to me if I have a problem with these. Make sure I'm putting it on the right direction. Yep. That's pretty already. And what I'm going to do is put a little dot right there, just tiny, so that I can start this. Okay? I'm actually going to wrap it right around the inside of the card. Okay, mine's stuck. And now we shall endeavor to tie. A bow, which is going to be a challenge. This is so thin. Sorry, I got to get my glasses. Well, I think what I'm going to do is not tie a bow. And now, the next piece is going to be a piece that goes a little bit of cattywomp. And this piece is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. My tape runner was getting a little tired here, so I'll bring out the big guns. And I didn't have to worry about tying a bow anyway. I was going to put that on top of it. And I'm going to put another one just inside this one, maybe like this. Okay. And then I have another one inside this one. And they're all just squares of paper, nothing elaborate to try to figure out. Mm-hmm. And one more right in the middle of my pattern paper. There you go. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? And again, I think I'll put, let's see, maybe a green this time. Around here. There you go. How pretty. Number 2, one more. Now this one is really simple. However, I am going to have to stamp right on the card, so I'm going to hope that my stamp comes out. Okay, I'm just going to take this piece of paper, which is about 1/4 inch smaller than the card, 4.5 by 5, 4 1/4 by 5.5. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take it from this corner here, and I'm going to fold it back right along that corner. So let's get that adhered down after it's folded. Making sure you've got it on the card going in the right direction. I've been known to do it backwards. Now I want to have something to hold this down. Let's see. Oh my, this is what's called my bling box, for obvious reasons. Ah, look at this. This is pretty. Let's see what would go nice. Perfect. Let's use one of these. Aren't these pretty? And these are glitter gem stickers. And they probably came from Michaels. And this has a green and a blue. I think the green is going to fit better. And all I'm doing here is putting that right on the edge of that fold, and that's going to hold it down. Now, I'm going to try to do a hello at the top. And we'll see. Now first, I'm going to try this Yeah, I think it'll work. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Now, who wouldn't like to get a pretty card like that in the mail with a little note on the inside? Whoops. And I knock them all over. And, of course, this card, because it was a card kit, it comes with all of their envelopes. So I already have my envelopes. I'll put those right in and send them right out. So there you go. There's January's cards. I've got one birthday card and two that I will use for saying hello. And I will send these out. Guarantee. So there you go. There's 1, 2, 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Get out some paper and make some cards. It's a perfect timing to make some pretty cards and send them out and make somebody's day. Let's see if I get you there, all of them. Okay, let me see. There you go. So I will see you on Sunday, and we're going to be doing something with kielbasa. So if you like kielbasa, make sure you stop in and see what's cooking at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. Well, I'm going to cook it Saturday night. So anyway, so I hope you had a great time this afternoon. If you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up. I am planning to do one card video per month, one day of card videos. And we'll do whatever birthdays are coming up. And also a couple of just because cards, or maybe a thank you note. So until then, I hope everybody has a great Friday afternoon. And I'll come up and say hi again. So there you go. So have a great afternoon, as I started to say. Don't forget to play by the rules. Keep your distance. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. And everybody, play nice now. I'll see you on Sunday. Until then, bye-bye. Love you.